Hello, my friends. I just read recently something really interesting, and I was reminded that impossible, and I put it in quotes, is a word found only in the dictionary of fools. And I said to myself, but sometimes I say, oh, this is impossible. It made me think. Thinking is optional, I know, but I kind of like to do that. So I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts about this. Why is this saying even present? See, when you're thinking, your mind, this God-given gift you have, which is called your mind, is actually open to possibility, to change, really open, not just saying, oh, I want to change, but I want to stay the same. No, that's not what I mean. When your mind is really open, you realize that there is nothing worse than negativity. Positivity is actually almost acts like a medicine, if you wish. But then the next question is, but how do I then focus on what I want, on positivity, when the world around me seems to be so strange, so crazy nowadays? And it is crazy. Everything's changing, everything's fluid, everything's almost, sometimes I heard some of my students say, it's almost chaotic. That's because of the change the world. This is what I keep talking about for years now, especially during Master Practitioner in the values section. The transition and the change the whole world is experiencing. See, first, in order for something new to come in, everything that's old disappears. So our old way of thinking, our old ways of doing things, our old ways that gave us certainty, security, are being dismantled. Something new this is the old, this is the new. And the new and the old are at 180 degrees opposed to each other. So negativity doesn't lead us to anything. We know from NLP that the mind and body are interconnected, therefore your thoughts, especially your pattern of thoughts, what you dwell upon, what you encounter every day, lead to a certain type of behavior, which is totally changed if you change your mind. But then how do you do this? That's the thing, because just by saying, oh, I'm going to be positive, no, that's not how it works, because that's only at the level of our self-talk, which in NLP is called auditory digital, and it's part of just the surface level. It's just the conscious mind's thinking. So, see, the mind, and I believe attributed, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's attributed to Abraham Lincoln. I believe he was the 16th US president, and you all know who Abraham Lincoln was. At least you heard the name, even if you're not American. He said that the mind is a beautiful servant, right? But it could also be a dangerous master. What's the difference? It's about the training. It's about how, first of all, how do you discover how your mind works? Because at this point, if you haven't encountered any NLP principles, you have no idea how your mind works. I say this with all my love and respect, neither had I, before I actually learned how my mind works. So in 2 weeks from now, we have our Master Practitioner training. For this training, I want to offer you an opportunity to take virtually 2 trainings in the price of 1. I'm giving you for free the NLP Practitioner training, which will show you how your mind works and will give you the techniques, especially in the timeline therapy section, of how to change that negativity, how to direct your mind toward what you want. And then you can see opportunities that appear, which before they weren't present. I'm looking forward to see you there. Be well, my friends.